Good thing Cry's not here to argue with you.
Someone had to take his place.
Sent his emissary.
I'm not arguing.
I got a single res yet?
Just whining.
I'm not whining. It's 20% lower, and you're like, dude, the closer
I'm
you
not whining.
fucking hate all of you.
Welcome, everybody, to Regressioncast, episode 4, November 7th, 2012. In the top right, recently promoted melee officer, William Arch Dopamine. Woo! He's a special guy.
Yay.
Let's go counterclockwise.
Best.
Bottom right, Douglas, monitoring our chat room as we record live for kind of the first time. Didn't we do the first one live? I think so. So when you don't send messages, he'll be the one not reading them. And then for the first time, Rob Thangral, Shadow Priest, Core Raider, I believe is his rank. Good riddance. Say hi.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
That is
Hi.
absolutely right. So, so what's the election news? Oh, what? What, Dopa? Seriously?
What? Gary Johnson won.
What?
I lost your
I
video.
think it's you.
It probably is me.
I see him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I closed some stuff. Gary Johnson. I don't think he won. I don't even think
How
he
much
got.
percent did he get?
I think he got one.
One in our heart.
Maybe the chat room can
Did he?
tell us.
That's like less than normal or last year, last election, I think.
I'm puking all over myself.
You
It
got
was
my
not even
vote?
that funny. Oh man. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh. Oh.
Good start.
Dopa, talk
Good
about
start.
something. You got this.
Talk about something. I thought we were going to talk about the Brawlers Guild.
Oh, okay. Start it off.
Everybody seems to be excited about that, right?
I know nothing about it. Can you explain it to me? I can be the
You know
viewer's
nothing
advocate.
about it.
No, I don't.
Oh man.
Very
Well,
little.
here's what I think. All right, so Brawlers Guild, from what I understand, is I think it's an Orgrimmar in the Shadow Valley thing. If I get any of this wrong, I'm sure somebody will tell me. But it's apparently a thing where you go in and you fight like a PvE boss thing, kind of like Ring of Blood solo style, and you get like loots. I don't think it's anything like super important for high end, but it's like transmog stuff and rank and cool little trinkety things. But the deal is, and why it's kind of controversial, is that it's not instanced, so you're gonna have to watch other people do it. And the only way to get an invite off the start is to get it off the black market auction house, which some people hate. And
There's
then
only
you
10,
can invite
right?
other people from
Ever.
there. There's only 10, right? So
Yeah. So poor
you
people
know-
need not apply.
Yeah.
right, and so they said, here's what they said: Why put Brawlers Guild Pass on black market auction house? Now I'll just never see it because I hate the black market auction house. The response by Ghostcrawler was, the experience will not be good if 1,000 players hit the brawls when the patch drops. We need to ramp up slowly, but we'll ramp up. And then the next one is,
Which is
from
true.
what I've seen, it's not instance. You literally have to wait in line for your turn. I hope this is not the case. And Ghostcrawler goes, indeed, it is not instance. We have plenty of instance content. We want these to have spectators. And then the third one is, seems like design failure to me. Shouldn't have to bow and scrape to the 1% in the game to see content. Not good feeling. And then he says, I expect everyone who wants to brawl will be able to, just not the day the patch goes live. Slow down, as the Pandaren say. So, obviously, if you're on, like, right, slow, like, obviously, if you're on a server with, like, not that many people, like, sure, you'll be able to brawl if you get on at, like, 2 in the morning or something, because I'm sure there won't be like a line for that. And if it sucks, then you won't be able to brawl because no one's going to want to do it.
Yes.
But I mean, if there's any like cool loots that come from that thing, especially on a server with any population like Illidan, good luck. You'll see that in like 3 tiers once.
So it's like Ring of Blood, and it's the waiting that we love about that, and it's multiplied by only having one person do it at a time.
Yes, exactly.
And the spectators can mess with people too. You can like throw.
Yeah, you can throw
daze
like tomatoes or something.
Yeah,
Right. So I promise you, the first person on Illidan who spins gold cap to get their invite and tries to fight will get spammed with so much like rotten tomato fucking fruit that they're going to crash the server and they will not be able to kill the thing anyway.
They will be the new Galleon.
They
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 will
already
be the
like
new Galleon.
they like hot fixed it or something already. Like they
not in
put
the game,
like
right?
a cooldown on the number of times you could be dazed.
What?
PTR.
Dazed?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Like when you get hit with the tomato, it like dazes you, or it's not like a stun. It's
Oh, I don't
it
think you're-
slows you down or something.
Gotcha. Someone's feeding back a little bit. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to drop this
Wait.
so I can put the feed back up. Alright. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I think we can move ahead. I'm getting Dopa cutting off here and there. But since Brawlers Guild will cause server drops, I'm going to segue to Galleon. Rob, how about you explain what happened to us last night so I can pass around the talkage?
I think Fair said it, or somebody was saying it last night, our tank, saying that they apparently on Tuesday introduced a bug to the instance servers where they draw that we're not like safe anymore if like the world server crashes, and Galleon spawned during raid time, and not only like us but like Blood Legion, everybody on our server raiding, just I think it happened once. Galleon like got down to 30%, despawned because everybody disconnected, and everybody relogged back on, and he spawned again like 15 minutes later and crashed the entire thing again. So it was like 45 minutes of our raid night lost, and it was just really stupid.
Right, we actually lucked out because we
managed to kill a lot of bosses.
Yeah, we actually lucked out because we didn't have it like go down in the middle of an attempt or anything. In fact, literally we like killed
Right at
it.
the end.
Yeah, some people were getting DC'd as we killed the first boss, the Heart of Fear. But yeah, like because we used to always be safe if we were already in an instance. It was like a don't release, we'll wait for the mass res and stuff like that for any kind of stuff like this. But I mean, am I wrong? Has Galleon been affecting, like, the whole server? Because I thought it was always just the 4 wins or whatever. Like, when he would spawn. When
On
he would get really
Tuesdays,
sure
he'll crash the server.
On Tuesday, what?
On Tuesdays, he'll crash the servers.
Only Tuesdays?
When everyone camps him, like, yeah, well, I've seen him crash the server before. I don't know if it's just Tuesdays, but the one on time that I do remember was Tuesday. And there's, like, 50,000... threads too going up on the forums about Illidan, especially.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, this is definitely we're the exception to the rule, but by the same token, I mean, we represent a huge player base of theirs, and we shouldn't be like ignored. And we kind of feel I feel like
Illidan
we kind of are.
as a server, right?
Illidan, yeah, as a server, like this is a huge problem. This is just terrible gameplay.
So I think I have here, yes, here I have an image of what Illidan looks like when Galleon is spawning.
I can't see this image.
Yeah,
you'd
have to be looking at the stream, but basically, there's no way that it shows everyone either, because it's like when you're there, you move 5 yards to one direction, and a bunch of people load that you couldn't see before anyway. So I don't know. Do we even know what the issue is? Like why he's crashing the server like that?
Because there's
Combat logs,
50,000
probably.
people in one little area, and it overloads the one zone.
That's just all it is.
It's
the whole thing
it
just
I don't
goes,
think it's
"Oh,
the zone.
Because people say like
It's
don't
the
spam
combat
AoEs. Oh.
Right. Because, like, everybody can sit there and camp, no problem. Everybody's fine and happy and, doing their farming dailies or whatever. But once he spawns, everybody's doing damage and you're seeing, like 50,000 mind blasts or, fucking frost shock. I don't know. Like, it's the combat logs that are just freaking it out, I'm sure.
Right, and here this Vrakith, this guy, he was just like running around closing threads like all night, right? Like we're aware of the effort or the current issues, blah blah blah. Is it not just time for them to say like, "Whoops, sorry," like, and take him out of the game?
Yeah, you said that last night. That was a really cool idea. Like, put like a little gravestone in here. It's like, here lies Chief like Sarathlus and his band.
We killed. Yeah, he was.
They
killed.
never stood a chance.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why the hell is it called Celery of Lavas' war band?
Oh, well,
why is it not Galleon?
Because that's the dude riding on top of Galleon.
Yeah, it's the dude on top. I heard that originally it was supposed to be like a 2-phase fight. I don't know if that's true. Like, so you would kill Galleon and then he would jump down.
It's
and then
not a fight at all. The boss just stands there like this.
Right. And then
eventually it dies.
And then eventually it changes which way it's looking. Right.
And then your next frame on your computer loads and you see the next pose that he's in.
Right. I mean, yeah. There's no way, nothing that they've done. I mean, it's a complete failure of implementation, right? At least on Illidan. I don't know about other servers.
Exactly.
But having...
I mean, I've said this, I know, numerous times. The problem with him isn't... Like, you look at something like Shaw of Fear. Shaw, I mean, he's a little laggy, but for the most part, they kind of changed him and fixed him to where it's not really...
Yeah, because they made him respawn every 15 minutes.
Yeah, he spawns...
Right. He respawns all the time. Everybody can do it. Anytime they want. The biggest issue with Galleon is that you can do him unlimited number of times a week, and he's got such a fucking long respawn timer. You've got all these people camping, and it's just a fuckfest when he spawns.
Yeah, they need to lock it out.
They wanted that content.
Yeah, they did, but
yeah,
it's not. I don't know. At least on Illidan,
I'm just saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. We're the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing with any kind of technical problem.
Yeah, but we still play the game.
Yeah,
like, for that matter, if we're the exception, I mean, they do this with everything else, like with respawn rates on dailies or something. Can't you, like, detect how many people are on the server and kind of adjust things based on the population of the server? I mean, I don't think that's out of the question.
Right.
But
I think they're just having a hard
fuck
time
Galleon,
because
that's
they
all I
can't
have to
really,
say.
like, instance it.
Well, they could totally instance it. I don't know what that means.
And then crash the instance. It wouldn't matter. It would crash the instance.
I'm thinking that they don't want to fix things for one server, or it's hard for them to fix it for one server that's having a lot of problems.
Yeah, but we're so awesome and elitist. I don't know. Like, it seems pretty hardcore to have us just like not. I mean, I don't know. It is random when he spawns and whatnot, but to have us, sort of lose a raid night. I mean, we're a pretty solid guild, but if we were a guild that had trouble keeping 25 people in the raid or something, and then all of a sudden the server's crashing in the middle of a pull, I would hate to be that guild master. Like, I've been that guild master before, and it is not fun. Like, that is really unfair of Blizzard to do to people who are, trying to get people together to do their
I'm sure it'll get addressed. It's just not high up on their priorities for an exception to the rule. I mean,
yeah, so take them out for now. That's terrible. I don't know. They definitely need to do something.
Just make them spawn late at night.
Yeah.
If I
think by the time they do something
behind that,
I think by the time they do something, it's going to be too late. Not matter.
Maybe, and I don't know about that.
Well, I think they're updating like the loot tables too. Like, I don't think they're just going to make it 496 loot forever.
Oh, are you kidding me? We're going to have to deal with him every time. You better be.
I mean, they're updating the Claxy rep crap and like all that. So why wouldn't they update the world boss loot tables? They have to update Shaw, right?
News to me. Why?
I mean, they probably wouldn't update Galleon. I hope they wouldn't update Galleon just to phase him out.
Yeah.
This is too much negativity for me, guys.
Well, it's just like there's plenty of things they could do. Like, I mean, get rid of the unlimited loot thing. Like, let you only get loot once a week or whatever, and then have them spawn every other day.
Itself would eliminate the crashes, I think.
Yeah, definitely. You would have so many people leave.
I don't know.
They also have to figure out if they want this passing tag things to be like an actionable offense, or if that's just like legitimate. Are you supposed to 1,700 man a raid boss? Is that the intention?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Dope as mom.
Yeah, that way you can have the boss do this. And die. Like, because if you didn't, you would wipe every time. Like, that way you could actually kill the boss and not have to worry about mechanics.
I mean, I think he dies pretty regularly on other servers. We just had that Warlock app. I talked to him about it tonight or last night, and he said it dies like as soon as it comes up on his server, and it was a relatively low pop server, so it's getting killed other places. Where were you, Doug, when it happened? What were you doing? Were you playing or were you?
I was in like what's the Jade Forest, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I crashed right away. Like I was trying to zone into the Jade Forest, and it literally took like 10 minutes or something. I finally got through just to get logged off.
Sweet. So all aspects of players just completely hosed.
Yeah.
That's Galleon, man. They got to do something about that. They got to fix that. Speaking of bugs and negativity, this is the opposite of what you guys wanted to do.
The instance is full of bugs.
Well, this Garalon guy, right? So the how many is the third
cool
boss?
Fight.
The third boss? Yeah, it's a pretty cool fight. It's the one where you you have to get like 17 people to kite. It's not that many. It's like 8 or 9.
It's like a 9 or 8 or 9 rotation.
Yeah, so it's the boss fight where you have like a 9-person rotation, and they take turns kiting. And throughout the fight, the boss has 4 legs that spawn. You have to kill them to deal with various mechanics. And apparently there's some bugs going on with the legs of that. And for us personally, the deal that we had was we killed the boss, and we took some screenshots, and we were like, yay, we did it, we're the best! And then we started handing out loot, and we're like, okay, this cloak is going to go to this guy, this girl, actually. And
What cloak?
I don't know which one. The Mist Cloak. Actually, I do know which one.
No, I know what you're going.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
The cloak
it was
not
what
there.
cloak because the boss despawned with all of the loot, and we received nothing. So then, well, I'll go ahead and just explain exactly what happened with us. So this took basically 3 days, and we had everyone open a ticket to GMs, and then we had our loot master open 3 tickets, and then I opened 4 tickets. And finally, I was able to get the GMs to give us back the loot. What had happened was most of our loot they gave us back right away. But one piece, they were not giving us back. And the reason was this. They said that it had already been assigned. And so just to kind of spare you a lot of the details of what happened, basically we had a raider who rolled a coin on that, and he got this same helm that drops off of the boss. And there seems to be a limitation in the GM system where they cannot see if an item is won from a coin or not. So they're basically trying to err on the side of not giving you your loot. I'm not sure about that. I do have the GM conversation saved, and I mean basically I talked to this guy for the better part of an hour, and at the end of it he just basically he doesn't even say that they know what happened. He just said that they're going to give us the item. So I did see on the forums that this happened to another EU guild, but there's worse bugs. There's way worse bugs out there. I read about one guild who they killed the boss, and then 3 minutes later, even though the boss was dead, it enraged, killed everyone, despawned with their loot, and they didn't get achievements. They didn't get credit for killing the boss, and the GMs would not respawn the boss for them as well. So it's pretty bad. I mean, that's some serious bugs to put in for a new instance on one boss. I don't know how common.
Well, it's not new. I mean, it's a month into the expansion. I don't know. I know it's not.
Still
it hasn't had mass testing yet.
Was this one on?
But I don't know.
On beta?
I didn't do any beta.
I would imagine.
I
think every boss was.
Really? Because
I didn't do it.
I know for Firelands, 2 of those bosses they never even put on beta. Stuff like that. I don't know. They seem a little janky.
No clue. I didn't do it. Beta was a waste of time for me.
What do you think about that, Doug? You get the big camera.
I think that's lame. I don't know. You think they'd have a pretty easy system?
Question.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think about that?
At least you guys got your loot, though. At least you guys got your loot.
That's true. We did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Could have gotten EU screwed. They're up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, whatever. I guess that's just sort of some of the stuff that happens with coding and stuff. But it seems to me a little silly that they specifically for us again, that they're not able to look at that stuff and find it out. If they're gonna have huge bugs like that. Because originally the big problem was they were like, no,
software development.
This is not from the coin. And then they're like, maybe it is. Hey, Dopa, what's your girlfriend doing? Is she gonna come on camera for us again?
Just hanging out.
If you're under 18, stop watching the stream.
Yeah.
It's gonna get dicey.
It's gonna get nudity bombed.
Oh wait, we're getting some feedback. We're getting feedback from the chat that I missed. Dr. Arcane says yes, it was on beta. So he's talking about that boss. Yeah. He said, "Fuck you, Cam." But I blanked it out.
You gotta be.
I don't know. Bugs are bugs. You gotta answer. Yeah, they're gonna show up regardless, but that's a big one. Like, you would think a boss. I don't know.
I would think
it sucks.
Was there a reason I don't want to harp on it too much, but was there anything to lead you to believe that your boss was going to disappear?
No.
Did you guys
did something weird
one
happen?
of the legs disappear and you're like, oh man, we're super good at this one, just roll with it?
No. It seems like the bug is related to the fact that there's the 4 legs and they respawn. Something with that. Maybe they...
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe you're out of combat and something weird. Another one I read about... I feel like I'm thinking up jokes that I heard. Another one was this guild apparently got him to 0%, so dead. 0 health. 0 out of 0 health. And the boss has a mechanic where he stomps the entire raid and does raid-wide damage. So... when they got him to 0 health, he just immediately started chain stomping and did not stop until they all died. And then I think he despawned as well and never came back. So, I think that's what's kind of weird.
As intended.
Yeah, I think that's what's weird to me is it's not the same thing. It's not everyone hey, the boss despawned with our loot. It's oh, he killed us, 10 minutes later when we were talking about something else, or he randomly starts chain stomping. It's strange that there's all sorts of weird bugs. And none of them seem to have any obvious cause.
I'm a computer scientist. I graduate, and bugs are bugs. They're gonna happen. It's hard to predict all of them, but that some are more predictable than others. But I don't know. That one got through.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sucks. It's better than the arena one where they said, "Oh, we fixed it." With hunters, it's oh yeah, it's fixed, and then they realize 2 weeks later, oh wait, no, it's not.
Oh wait, what?
Come on,
they didn't fix that? Is this the thing we were talking about last week, or
no?
What did they do?
That was last week. They fixed it,
but they did actually.
They fixed it, but they
applied the debuff, but it wasn't working in arenas, and it's
in any
yeah.
So you made the PvP debuff, but you didn't check it in arenas to make sure it was debuffed.
Or BGs and RBGs,
that's
right?
a bad oversight for them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What?
Lazy.
What else we got going on in the PvP
Speaking of Garalon,
world?
actually...
Or never mind.
What is your opinion, because I know you like to harp on LFR all the time, of Garalon on LFR?
I haven't done it, so
Because, he's kind of tough.
Yeah, well, we did do LFR, but we did our guild LFR because LFR is really hard right now to do with
But,
bugs.
so I did it. Yeah. I did it solo last night, solo queue. And we didn't kill him, but we got him close. But I had to do a bunch of raid leading. I kited it's easier for sure, but I'm looking at my logs here. It's I did 3 times more damage than anybody else in there, and because I knew what was going on, and nobody knew what the fuck was happening. We had people causing stomps, people sitting in front of the cone of the boss. It's one of those it's gonna be an Illidan, I think, for a while, but I don't know if you'll see a nerf or not.
Don't you enjoy doing 3 times damage and helping those weaker than you, comrade? Isn't that enough reward in itself?
But I lasted 45 minutes, and honestly, I should have quit before that, because it was just really frustrating, because we had people intentionally fucking things up. It was pretty bad.
I'm just saying, the opportunity to help your brother, human being.
My brother on a server who I will never see them again. Yeah.
Brother from another server, mother. Dopa, what are you thinking about the new LFR that they released this week?
I mean, I actually like LFR, but I don't think that I hate Garalon. I think that's a terrible idea. They need to nerf that boss into the ground so that it's fuckable, because right now it requires way too much coordination. And I know you like that, and you're like, ew, LFR is tricky. But I don't.
I hate LFR.
It's just going to be frustrating as hell.
I think the niche of LFR should just be face roll and get the people, exactly. Like you said, people who don't care about like the difficulty and just want to see shit die. That's what it's for. I also think though they should nerf the gear that
and get some tier gear.
I think that
no, it should be. It's fine where it's at. It's better than like blue crap. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's good.
I think it should be equal to those. That's my point.
What about this?
No, it's a raid.
What about this idea? Do you see my finger? What if LFR didn't drop loot?
Idea.
Would anyone do it?
What would it drop?
What?
It would drop enchanting. It would drop.
I ain't playing Guild Wars here.
It would drop experience. It would drop experience learning those bosses. You want to learn to raid?
I think Shannon said it last week. Idea. I think Shannon said it last week. I do like chain running LFR to practice shit. Like I remember doing that in Dragon Soul.
And that was kind of the second half of what I was going to say. Is maybe it's a whole nother system that's annoying and stuff, but maybe we need a new currency, an LFR currency that you can use to get the items that would otherwise drop in LFR. So you do it a few times. I don't know.
That's an interesting idea.
Instead of just, it seems like that would get people to try to at least be paying attention for it and not just along for the free lunch. I don't know. It's still a broken system. I don't really have anything new to add to it. I'm a little bit confused that they've moved towards this like making it hard again, especially when the 5-mans are super 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 face roll. I don't know. Like. I don't know, to be negative again, I guess I don't think that they're really understanding that if you don't challenge people that they're not going to learn or get better or care about the mechanics. They're just going to keep face rolling up until they can't anymore.
Yeah.
They're not going to take the opportunity to just learn more themselves. Did anyone read, what is that guy's name? Bashiak? Bashiak. What's his name? I don't nerd out hard enough on the MMOs. Let me see if I can pull it up. He was talking about, Bashiak. He was talking about the 5-mans and someone complaining about how they're all face roll. And he basically, he makes some good points. Like, he definitely puts the right data in, but I think he calculates it wrong. Sure. I'll go ahead and... Let me see if I can actually put it up. Oh, look at that. All right, so he says this is specifically about 5-mans. He says the ability to get in quickly and easily by being automatically matched with other players has a ton of great benefits, including just being able to get in and do dungeons without needing to spend time coordinating a group or spamming in chat channels. Plus, it has the whole set it and forget it benefit, which I don't think you should ever talk about that when you're talking about playing your game. Set it and forget it. But anyway. Set it and forget it.
Ron Popeil.
Yeah. Set it and forget it. And he capitalized set it and forget it, which is funny. Being able to go do stuff while you're in queue. But the ease of entry has a downside, and the tolerance... In that tolerance goes down, and the fact of a random group... I don't know, I'm losing the grammar here. And the fact of a random group is a lack of consistency from run to run. So he's saying, you're going to have different people, and that's kind of what sucks about having a 5-man. Random players being matched together injects a ton of inconsistency, but if it goes bad, you can just jump back into queue, and you're probably not much worse for the wear. And like he goes on, but the idea is that if that we should have these instances be face roll because people aren't going to be able to handle them anyway, and you don't want to relearn it constantly with new groups, which I agree with, but
I agree with that completely.
But isn't there something to be said that the community is gonna just eventually learn at some kind of level at the same time? I don't know, like, or how about isn't there go-to response to a lot of things in this game? Like, well, it's a social game, so you're supposed to find people to do this with. I mean, what about that? Why isn't that here? Why can't our heroics be hard? And you just say you're not supposed to do it with randoms. I mean, isn't that the risk?
A hard thing. It's a hard thing to design, like, because of the whole, like, looking for group system. That changed the entire game so much.
Well, right. It's so central now. It used to be like if you're, the dude who you work weird hours and it's hard for you to find groups or your servers. That was a big thing, was a lot of server population differences. But now it's so central that we've, like, literally all 5-man play is designed around the looking for group mechanic. I don't know. I mean, so I think it's, I don't know, which I don't mind. I'm actually okay with it. But I think it's weird that they go from that and then they throw you into LFR, which is, like, how many times harder than a 5-man? I don't know.
For a random group.
For a random group, right. Obviously, I don't objectively think it's hard, but subjectively.
Next topic.
I don't really...
We already...
Doug, what's the latest on the PvP? You're talking
only one sort of interesting thing. Hey, it kind of applies to PvEers too if you haven't gotten your malevolent placeholder pieces, but I suppose now between the two LFRs and heroics, most people don't need them. But, like, they changed the conquest cap algorithm. You get about 500 more conquest points on your cap per week.
Oh, so it's like 2,100 or no? Right?
What's a good example? So, like, if you get, like, 1,500 now, for doing, like, rated battlegrounds, your cap will be, like, 2,100 instead of 1,650.
Right. So, yeah, so it's just basically a straight 500. And they said that they're...
The reason I don't know exactly, I haven't looked it up as much, is one of my characters got screwed. Apparently people who were logged in at the time of the patch reset on Tuesday, for no reason I was on at 3 a.m.
No, you were there.
Those characters got their cap screwed. So, like, for instance, my druid has a lower... Like, my druid and my warrior have the same cap, even though my druid is, like, 400 point more rating, than my warrior.
So you got hosed. I wonder if I got hosed. I haven't looked.
I'm not giving false information, Quad. It's the truth.
Why are you lying, Doug? What's he saying?
I think that's why.
That
isn't a definite fact.
What did he say?
What did Quad say? What's the word when it's... He's saying being logged in has nothing to do with it. He's protesting this podcast. I read on quite a few forums where other people were logged in, and that's what caused it. But that's hearsay, I guess, is at the best. It's not a fact.
So it's an undetermined reason.
Non-confirmed.
Exactly, yeah. It happened to Quad, too, and he wasn't logged in, so...
Oh, so he has a dog in this fight. He's angry.
He does. Yeah. A little bit.
I gotcha. What was I gonna say? So I know I read on MMO somewhere that they said, like, the reason has to do with the changes that they're gonna be making. Like, what do we know exactly what changes they're gonna be making to the PvP? And it's specifically like the MMR, right?
Yeah. No, that was like I don't know, like a theory craft. Him talking to the community, saying that he wants to put basically... I don't want to recap what we already talked about last week.
Did we talk about this?
But just for a little bit.
Well, I thought it was more like abstract. Do we have any details?
You talked about it.
I don't know.
It's a big, long blue post that I read on Wowhead. I can post it here in a second. But basically, to summarize it was, in their mind, they want to give players... incentive to keep playing and not to camp rating is basically the gist of it.
Right. But they haven't...
Yeah.
They haven't implemented any of that. They're not even saying it's coming in 5.1. It's just
Oh, really?
It's just an idea that they want to try and implement still this season.
And they haven't said exactly what they're going to do either, right? They're just saying
No,
they want to
just
do
said
something to
basically-
combat that.
Exactly. They don't want to do rating decay, but they don't have an exact system to make it beneficial for those that keep playing.
Gotcha.
So, not that it really matters to too many of us in this guild, but it's still kind of interesting.
I think Heidi just came in. You want to be on the podcast?
Yeah!
She says no. And she sounds sad.
Did you have to cut another body open?
Likely.
I played Ed. I forgot. Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
That is likely. Oh, I'm perusing the MMOs. I'm seeing if there's anything,
Well, what about that warrior change, or that video that was linked on MMO?
Yeah, I was just trying to find that video.
The 300k crit. It's a fucking hilarious video. That's all I can say.
It is, actually.
But
it's just, I think it's
because he's super sarcastic about it being
too.
he was talking about, the blue poster was talking about the upcoming nerfs or something, and it's like with Avatar not making you immune to snares or movement impairing or whatever, it's just removing them, as well as like gag order bullshit not working anymore. It's like. Yeah, it's that whole thing. If you can keep a warrior off you, he shouldn't be able to touch you, really. And I completely agree with that. And, just calculating, a warrior sitting on you has, I did the calculation, it's a point, in 5 GCDs, he's got, a 0.25% chance that he's going to get 5 of his overpowers to proc.
It's Taste for Blood stacks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I linked the video in the stream if our two viewers want to watch it.
Is it the Bajira one?
The guy who made the macro is called Swifty, or it's just been something. Yeah. I don't know the entire details behind it, but this guy's been making these one-shot macros for a while apparently, and he just kind of gained notoriety.
Link it in Mumble, would you?
I linked it. Okay, yeah. But yeah, to give a little bit more background to what Thangirl is saying. Yeah, it's this hunter. He's satirically narrating, I guess, a frapped 3v3 arena encounter.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Oh, the warrior's switching and he dead." Or it's pretty much he literally dies in one global.
Oh wow,
it's insane.
It's a lot of damage, but yeah, I mean, like the blue poster said, the amount of work that the warrior has to do in order to get that is so high that I don't know. I can totally side with the hunter and be like, what the fuck is the point of having an ability where you can one-shot somebody? I mean, that's just insane. I mean, but at the same time, it's really hard to do. It's just I don't think there's a decent enough balance between burst and player skill to mitigate the damage incoming. But
yeah,
it's really hard for the warrior to get that many stacks if he can get that many. So
I think with these upcoming changes, it's RNG more than anything. Like I've sat at training dummies on my warrior and just for giggles tried to see if I could build 5 stacks in what I would think is 10 seconds of uptime on a target is usually a lot in 3s, especially against God Comp or some of these other common comps where they, Frost Nova.
It's a 222,000 hit. It's a crit though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's still huge.
But that's on top of another couple hits he took.
Right, yeah, 56.
Yeah, heroic strike doesn't take a global. It doesn't. So you can heroic strike and colossal smash at the same time, like you just did.
Holy crap! So you're saying it's not really so much of a bug, but it's just Murphy's
there's no
Law.
bug. It's just exactly.
Yeah,
Blizzard intentionally put in a way where they could potentially RNG someone, and they're trying Ghost Crawler defends it. Basically, he says. In his blue post, he's basically saying it takes an incredible amount of work and luck to get these kind of attacks, and it's like, well, why should that be in the game? That's dumb.
I agree it's dumb, but at the same time, I I definitely agree with him. Like, it's really hard. I think what it should be, you should approach a warrior, like, in a high-level MMR or whatever, like, looking at him, focusing him, making sure he's not getting too many stacks. Otherwise, you need to start chain CCing him to make those stacks drop off. I mean, that's what I got from his post. It's just different. You need to change up your play style to deal with them. So.
Yeah. Is this different than...
To explain the mechanic...
Oh, sorry.
I'll explain the mechanic like super quick, just so people who don't play a warrior know exactly. Yeah. It's basically you have a 30% chance on your overpowers to get a taste for blood stack, which increases your heroic strike damage by 100%, and it can stack 5 times. So, like he said, like the math works out to like to get to 5 stacks within the 15-second buff window. It's really low possibility, but once you get those 5 stacks, your next heroic strike is going to do 500% more damage.
Wow.
And then basically what you do is you get those 5 stacks, you pop Avatar, which is 20% damage, and then you put down like your Skull Banner, which is 30% more crit damage.
And then people
it's just like it's compounding, compounding percentages basically.
Right. Would you or would you not say that this is like back in the day when they had Wind Fury, which was the shamans could crit like 3 times instantly and kill you. I mean that was a small chance too, though, right? Like.
Yeah, it was pretty much up the same alley where like you could in theory do like infinite. Well, I don't know how the math would work out.
It was a lot of
damage. You could in theory have a Wind Fury proc, a Wind Fury proc, a Wind Fury proc. Like you could chain it as long as you want. There's no cap on.
Yeah, well, I guess I just bring it up because that was the same deal where it was like not a very big chance that it would happen, so it was like balanced, but they still took it out of the game because they apparently didn't like that. So are they going to take this out?
Yeah,
I think with the nerfs, we'll see.
Yeah, what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop the stacking so much. Like, so they're nerfing Avatar so you're not immune to roots the entire time. So that's kind of like an indirect nerf. So you'll have a hard time keeping your stacks up. I think their goal.
I don't know. Silly warriors and rogues in PvP.
Yeah. Yeah. It's either one or the other most seasons.
Yep, absolutely. And then druids are always hard to kill, but... Oh, man. Unbelievable. Alright, Dopa, what have you been researching this whole time that you're gonna share with us? Big camera, once again. You've been so entertaining this podcast.
Hey, I contributed my Brawlers Guild thing.
Why don't you bring your girlfriend back on?
Let's talk about positive things now, guys. What do we like about Mr. Pandaria?
Positivity.
Yeah, let's do a round table. Everyone has to bring up something they like lately.
Like, think of 3 things you like about
Say
about
something
the game,
nice about the person sitting next to you.
I don't know. I like seeing both. I like considering both. So.
We'll have to wrap this up in a few minutes. I mean, I enjoy it. I think they did a good job at the rating. Well, I think we talked about this, didn't we, last night? I don't know. I was talking to Nono about this. But, I mean, I like the rating overall. I think that Garalon bug thing is a huge problem they need to fix. I don't know, some of the tuning has been weird, but I would rather it be harder than easier, so that doesn't bother me. I don't know.
Hard Fear is really cool.
Yeah, Hard Fear is fun. I like mogu'shan vaults too, though. Maybe a little too much trash. That's kind of a pain a little bit. I don't know. Dopa, what do you like?
I mean, I think the raids are cool. I think I don't like how much I'm playing right now. But I think that's going to die down a little bit. I'd like to play less. And I don't know about all the daily stuff. But I mean, I like the little token system is really cool. I actually like getting loot from the little token dealies better than I do getting it awarded to me in a raid. Because it's like, oh, I got that on my own. Like, didn't, but it's cool to think that I did. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of positive things in this expansion. For as much as everybody hates on LFR and hates on everything that Blizzard does lately, you know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, the coin system's cool. It might need some tweaks, but it's a good system overall. I like that.
Yeah, keep that way.
Yeah. All right, Doug, what do you like?
I like that all the druid specs are viable in this expansion. I don't know if we're talking like general things.
No, it's alright.
Yeah, I have nothing like legit useful. My main thing that I guess in general that I like is I'm glad I switched to Feral from Resto for this expansion. So that's my biggest enjoyment, is actually getting to do some sweet deeps and killing people.
It's been a while since they've had like a completely broken class, I would say.
Yeah. I kind of, I don't know, Feral, I don't want to get on a huge rant, but I like Feral right now because it's kind of flying under the radar of the OP classes. Right now, we're kind of just behind Warrior, and now we're kind of almost close to Hunter with our burst right now. Like, when I pop all my shit, people can melt really fast.
Yeah, that's definitely not true about the Ret. We're talking about PvP specifically, right?
Yeah. Well, then again, I was looking kind of at Angry Steel's post on the forums, and it looks like on a lot of fights, Feral's pretty legit.
Sids does a lot.
Yeah, no, our guy Sids is good, great DPS.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I guess that's
when he watches the videos.
Cool. Yeah. He was not researching this week. I was not happy with him, but it's all right. Did you already go, Rob? Rob Thang?
Well, I had something that nobody else said. I don't think so. I am in love with the talent system this expansion. I love going into a new, we're on Amber Shaper right now, and just going into a new fight, thinking about all the possible, I guess 6 tier, and Gliches too, kind of to a lesser extent, but thinking about what loadout I could use to as a DPS, help the raid, do more damage, CC more, whatever. But it's fucking exactly what it should be, not like, oh, here's your cookie cutter spec and you never ever change it. It's just choices. They did a really good job. I think there's improvements again, like you said, with the coin system, but
exactly.
That's everything.
Yeah, that's another good. I like the system overall. There's some stuff that I miss, but that's more related to just specifically tanking and how they've nerfed the intellectual effect as far as tanking goes, how they've just made that simplified. Because with tanking, at least way back in the day, especially for the Paladin, you could massively change your talents and for specific things, and you'd be way better than another tank, depending on what you did. But for most things, for the heals and when I played DPS, which very rarely for both of those, not so much for the heals, but I do like it overall. I thought I would hate that system, but I do like it. It is cool how you can quickly change stuff.
I think some of the glyphs are, I don't know. I know as a priest damage, there's 5 out of 25 glyphs possible that are anywhere near viable.
Right.
And I don't know if that's different for other classes. So.
Paladin has the best glyph in the game.
Which one?
The battle healer one.
Oh yeah, that's OP.
Do we got time for another quick topic? I don't know too much about it. I just thought it was interesting. I remember reading it the other day.
Sure. Yeah.
They were doing a 25-man Ret raid. I can't remember. They're just going to clear MV as a whole. Was it all Ret? No, it was 23 Ret Paladins and then 2 Protection Paladins.
Oh, right. I guess, yeah. But they can use that
did with
seal
DKs
as well.
and Dragon Soul.
Yeah, they did. It's the same group that did DKs.
Oh, I didn't even hear about any of that. This was during Dragon Soul or something?
Yeah,
I
don't know the DK
clear
story.
Dragon Soul?
I didn't hear. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I wasn't playing very much then because I was trying to not play very much then. So what did they do? How did it go?
It was just scheduled. They didn't. I don't think they did it yet. It was going to be Thursday of this week or Friday of this week. They were trying to get a few more ret paladins to do it. But basically, I don't really know what the glyph even does, but apparently it just makes the off heals of ret paladins retarded strong to the point where you don't even need healers.
Yeah, it's really strong. Like, I use it tanking. Like, Fel made me switch to it, and it's really good. It's a lot of heals.
Like, how do you feel about that? I know this has been mentioned a lot in PvP situations, but how are the off healers? Like, do you get super frustrated when you fight them? Because, I know as a Shadow Priest, oh my god, I heal so much.
Shadow Priest heal a fuck ton.
It's silly. It's pretty silly.
3-minute cooldown on top of not needing they don't need they can glyph to not have to get out of shadow form to cast their heal, right?
Well, for
like that.
A couple. But the biggest one is Devouring Plague, which is like a huge damage dealer. Like it is our biggest damage dealer. Also heals us. So I think
And then you guys have that 3-minute one, right? What's it called? Like Vampiric Touch or
Vampiric Embrace.
Yeah.
That one's really nice for Battlegrounds, especially if you're not getting focused and have free casts. But it's also really nice having all your dots up, everybody pop it. It's like low.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's... I mean, I was wondering if... Because I know GC mentioned it, like, when they were doing their PvP water cooler. That, I mean, they're definitely a concern. I like having off heals. That's why I like Shadow Priest, but they might be a little powerful. I don't know.
Yeah. The Druid ones are probably the weakest of all of them, and I still think they're pretty strong. Like, I don't know, Sid's brought up something I didn't even think of the other day, where he was saying he uses, when he does a flag carrier for rated battlegrounds, he'll pop Heart of the Wild and then use Tranquility, and it heals a shit ton.
Yeah. That ability's awesome.
Yeah, fuck. Alright, well, sorry. Tanny,
no,
are we
that's fine.
Closing
Heals
her up
are too strong. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
We gotta get Dopa to stop talking.
Pretty good assessment.
Stop talking, Will.
Yeah.
Dude, this PvP crap, man.
He's got other things on his mind.
I don't know what to say.
You played DK. You were the god class to PvP. How long did you play DK for, Dopa?
Long time.
Vanilla.
Since DK release and Wrath?
Yes, almost.
So you strike me like I would think you would be a PvPer. Will, like it seems like
me?
Yeah, it seems like that would be your personality. I'm kind of surprised you don't do it.
I figure everyone who plays DK should be a PvPer. They were like God's gift to PvP for
the same thing with like rogues. Like rogues who don't PvP. It's like what?
I don't pay that much attention, but I don't think they've ever been like so bad that they're unviable in PvP. They've always been this is right there.
In my experience, this is probably one of their weakest seasons, but all the other seasons are just nuts. They're just so sticky and just constant damage with their dots, and they're just little freight trains. Yeah.
Anti-magic shell.
Peels. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But Warriors kind of overshadowing this one, but I don't know. That's a whole nother discussion.
Did you?
What I'm saying is Doba should PvP.
Did you hear about the guy who was streaming on Twitch and streamed his fapping session?
I think I got the GIF, but I probably can't.
And then there's the arena junkie guy that streamed having sex with a girlfriend.
What?
Oh yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I don't remember a fapping session.
That was
the one
like
where he was having sex with his girlfriend.
That's so funny. That's a
whoops.
Ooh, that is not. I got too deep into the internet here. I was trying to search for it, and it was. This is
bail out.
Yeah, this is a felony, I think, right here. I'm not sure though.
Stream it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to not stream.
Not gonna specify which one though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna specify what. I'm not gonna. If you want to bring the charges, that's fine. I'm not gonna help you. I don't know. All right, maybe we'll find it. Maybe yeah. All right. Heidi's bugging me. I gotta go to dinner. So Rob, thanks for filling in for the. I don't know if it's for the Shannon or just replacing her, because who needs her?
Whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
Stupid girls.
Stupid girl. Dofa, thanks for
Throw a box at him.
your engagement today.
Dude,
I
You're
mean,
welcome. He's distracted.
it was all downhill since Girly came on without clothes.
you know how it is.
You know how it is. All right, Doug. So you're still playing the game though? You haven't quit? You running your
What's
PvP?
that? Yeah, I can't, yeah. Fuck. I disappoint myself, but yeah.
Oh, I forgot to quit. I forgot to do
Well,
that.
yeah.
You forgot to quit.
God damn. I made it one whole day.
Melonhead mad about something.